Today, let's take a look at some of the most cursed grave sites from around the world. From haunted graves where people have seen the spirit of the deceased lurking, to graves of famous criminals. Let's take a look at these and more only in today's video. Starting off this countdown, we have the Cursed Grave. Located in Australia is a grave inscribed with a curse. This grave belongs to James Mitchell, and he died after tragically falling down a mine shaft. His grave reads, and I quote, "Oh, let my sudden doom a warning to be all. Here while thou bendeth over my tomb, thou may as quickly fall." If you say this curse out loud at his grave, it's said that you're supposed to unexpectedly die within the next couple of days. How scary is that, okay? If you do visit him, just don't say the curse out loud. In our 9th spot today, we have the Specimen. Located in a graveyard at the Ohio Asylum for the Insane is this really weird tomb that just reads Specimens. In fact, there are 2 tombstones that read this, and the fact that it's in an asylum cemetery makes it 10 times creepier. I want to know what is buried there. I'm thinking it's people that were experimented on, or it's like body parts. Now, no one knows for sure, but there's a lot of theories. Not only that, but the asylum has a reputation for being haunted and for conducting unethical experiments on the patients. For example, they did lobotomies there back in the day. And they also did hydrotherapy and electric shock therapy. This has led people to assume that the specimens that are there are people that were experimented on and, their body parts. In our 8th spot today, we have the Bleeding Headstone. Now, the Union Cemetery in Pennsylvania is known for already being haunted, but there's a number of creepy things that goes on at this cemetery. For example, a tombstone that bleeds. The grave belongs to a 19th century local, William Musser. His relatives tried to replace the tombstones a number of times, but no matter what, blood always seems to seep out of it. Now, what's even creepier is that William was actually stabbed and he bled to death. And on a number of occasions, not only is there blood seeping from the tombstone, but random knives have appeared there. Moving on at number 7, we have the Crypt Keeper. Located in the West Edmondson Cemetery in New York, there's a mausoleum for a woman named Eunice Welch. She died in 1922 when she was in her 70s due to natural causes. Now, what's spooky is that her mausoleum is home to an undead crypt keeper. Apparently, if you knock on the door and wait, you'll hear some rustling from the inside. After a few moments, someone will knock back. But if the crypt keeper is in a bad mood, he might yell at you to leave. A number of people have actually tried this and, again, have heard creepy voices from it. Now, you might be like, okay, well, who is this creepy person haunting an innocent woman's mausoleum? Well, turns out that the mausoleum used to store dead bodies there during the winter. There wasn't enough space anywhere, so they started to stash bodies in this mausoleum. So now it's probably one of the people that were in there latched on and now is haunting the place. How lovely. Coming in at number 6, we have the Weeping Woman. Legend goes that a woman named Charlotte Sitton haunts the Adelaida Cemetery in California. Apparently, back in the day, Charlotte lost both of her children due to an epidemic. Being so distraught over this, she actually took her own life so that she could be with her children once again. And what's even creepier is apparently she hung herself at her children's school. Now it's said that her soul is restless. She hasn't been able to find peace. It's said that every Friday evening between 10 to 11:30 p.m., Charlotte appears by her children's graves. You can see her lurking in a white dress. She'll place flowers down by her children's grave and then just vanish into thin air. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the Victim of the Beast. Now, if you have seen my viral TikTok or short on YouTube, you would know all about this and everyone wants to know so much. Even I do. Stay tuned. I might be going to Salt Lake City to explore. Located in Salt Lake City Cemetery is this terrifying gravestone for a woman named Lily E. Gray. The gravestone reads, July 6, 1881 to November 14th, 1958. Victim of the Beast, 666. So immediately you're wondering, Victim of the Beast, did the devil get to her? Like, what is going on here? It's pretty creepy. This is where it gets messy. So her obituary says that she died of natural causes, right? Her husband thinks otherwise, but we'll get to that. So there's 3 main theories surrounding this. One is that Lily passed away in a car crash on Highway 666 through Utah. A lot of fatal accidents actually happen on this highway. It's known to be the highway of death. Theory 2 was that Lily was a follower of Aleister Crowley. Maybe she was into Satanism. I don't know, but you can imagine. Okay, something going on there. Theory 3 is that her husband had this inscribed on her tomb, and the beast is actually a reference to the government, and that the government was responsible for his wife's death. Now, it's messy because her husband was a little cuckoo, and then sometimes her husband referred to himself as the beast. I don't know, okay? It's creepy, but stay tuned if you want more answers. And at number 4, we have Pinewood Cemetery. Pinewood Cemetery in New York is now abandoned, but the spooky legend associated with it still live on. In fact, to this day, taxi drivers hate driving past this cemetery. A number of them have seen some pretty creepy things while driving late at night. Apparently, a number of cabs have picked up people from around the cemetery, and while they're driving, they just vanish from the back seat. Number of other cabs have seen literal shadow people or like spirits from the cemetery. Also, a lot of people have reported seeing floating green orbs at night. So there's just a lot of spooky things that happen at the cemetery. Coming in at number 3, we have the baby monster. This next tombstone reads, Baby Monster, born October 23rd, 1888, died February 3rd, 1888, or 1889. It's kind of hard to see the actual age. Either way, it's creepy how this tomb doesn't actually have a child's name on it. It just says Baby Monster. Now, one theory was that maybe the child was actually born with a deformity, and back in the day, monster was a word that was used to describe anything that was out of the ordinary. That's probably like the theory that everyone kind of believes, but it's still creepy. Like, why wouldn't you just give the child a name? I don't know. It's a monster. Coming in at number 2, we have Smileys Grave. In Garland, Texas, there is a single plot for an entire family that all passed away on the same day. They are known as the Smiley family. You have the mother, Belle Hall, father, Chaz Smiley, and daughters Lilith Merle, Greta May, and Charlena. On May 9th of 1927, the dad, Chaz Smiley, took the lives of his whole family. This was done in a fit of rage, and after he had calmed down and realized what he had done, he took his own life. Rumor has it that if you lay down on the grave at midnight and try to get back up, you won't be able to. It's because the ghost of Chaz Smiley is holding on to you and trying to drag you down to hell with him. That is so terrifying. Also, how did people realize that? They just start going around laying down on people's graves at midnight? This ain't Saltburn, okay, babes? And in our number 1 spot today, we have Cornelius VanderBlit. In the 19th century, businessman Cornelius VanderBlit was one of the most richest Americans. As a result, he had a massive mausoleum, okay? That's where he was laid to rest. But now it is incredibly haunted. A number of people have reported different spooky encounters. First, we have a female figure that likes to hover around the tomb. Apparently, a woman nearby died after a door fell on her. So people think that that's the ghost of the woman that's kind of haunting the area. Other people have seen bright orbs in the area, and some have actually seen Cornelius himself. Also, it's said that if you take a picture of the mausoleum, you'll be able to see a dark figure looking right back at them. So that's a little terrifying. All right, folks, that's all for today's video. If you want to see another part to the series, you gotta let me know in the comments below. And you know the drill. While you're down there, smash that like button, obviously, subscribe to my channel. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan. Stick around for some bloopers, and now, see ya when I see ya. Bye. Located in a graveyard at the Ohio Asylum for the Insane. Located in a graveyard at the... Oh, whoops. I messed it up. Pretty creepy things while driving late at night. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Bro, how did this just randomly fall? That's... Ah! Okay. On May 9th of 1927, the dad... On May 9th of... What?